Hey everybody, welcome to Brain Freeze, where we bring you the latest news and gossip on your favorite celebrities. From the red carpet to their personal lives, we've got it all covered. So sit back, relax, and join us as we take you on a journey into the fascinating world of celebrity culture. Since the Revolutionary War, nearly 1.4 million Americans have lost their lives in the wars fought by our nation, with approximately 667,000 of them falling in combat. Every year on Memorial Day, which falls on May 29th this year, we pay tribute to these brave souls, remembering and honoring them. However, it is important to recognize that those Americans who have served in or near war zones carry the memories of their fallen comrades throughout the year. Memorial Day should not be the sole occasion for remembrance, it should be a shared observance by all. In more recent conflicts, starting from the Vietnam War, the lines of battle have become blurred, as American service personnel have joined forces with local troops to combat a common enemy. Those who have worked closely with these local forces, whether they be South Vietnamese, Iraqis, or Afghans, find it difficult to forget the sacrifices made by their comrades in arms. While Memorial Day traditionally commemorates our fallen soldiers, I believe it would be fitting to also honor our foreign partners on this special day. During my time in Vietnam, I lived and worked alongside South Vietnamese soldiers known as ARVNs, many of whom were Roman Catholics or members of the Chow Dai Church. As fellow human beings, they shared the same hopes and dreams as most Americans. I entrusted my life to them, and I believe they reciprocated that trust. When I think of our fallen American soldiers, I cannot help but remember them as well. Nearly 300,000 ARVNs perished in the war, and many others were left to face a grim fate. They deserve our remembrance and respect. I know that countless Americans who served in Iraq and Afghanistan share a similar sentiment towards their foreign partners. Once you forge bonds of trust during wartime, they are not easily broken. Although our connection with the people of Ukraine is of a different nature, primarily involving non-combat support and the provision of moral support and weaponry from the sidelines, I hold the same regard for these courageous individuals. Ukrainians are fighting and sacrificing their lives in a war that aligns with the vital national interests of the United States, NATO, and our allies across the globe. Ukraine stands as the vanguard defending freedom and democracy against despotic regimes in Russia, China, and Iran. Allowing Russia to triumph would embolden autocrats and potentially escalate hostilities, affecting countries like Taiwan and numerous nations in Asia, Africa, and South America, all within the sights of Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping. Though I seldom find myself in full agreement with U.S. Senator Jim Risch, Ukraine is an issue that we both share great concern for, one of utmost importance. The senator recognizes that it is crucial for America's strategic interests that Ukraine emerges victorious in Putin's genocidal war. I concur with his belief that the United States must increase and expedite the supply of military equipment to Ukraine. Senator Risch rightly states that the Ukrainians are fighting today for what our founding fathers fought for in 1776. By the way, this remark was made when the senator recently recounted his meeting in Ukraine with Nick Mamer, a former Green Beret from Boise who had volunteered to train Ukrainian civilians in defense of their country. Sadly, Mamer was reported to have been killed by Russian artillery fire earlier this month. May his soul rest in peace. He joins the thousands of Ukrainians who have lost their lives in this struggle. Ukraine has reportedly endured between 124,500 and 131,000 casualties, including 15,500 to 17,500 fatalities and 109,000 to 113,500 wounded. Given that their fight is intertwined with ours, it is entirely fitting to remember and mourn them alongside our fallen soldiers and foreign partners who sacrificed their lives while supporting American troops. On Memorial Day, I will honor the memory of my 58,220 brothers and sisters who perished while serving their country in Vietnam. I will also keep in my thoughts Lieutenants Din and Tan, Captain Ton, and Interpreter Tom, who stood by our side until we abandoned them to an unfortunate fate in 1975. Your support means everything to us, so please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing our content.